Pass me the Belle, 'cause I ain't nearly halfway through. Just trying to get over you. I ain't crying, 'cause I ain't thinking, 'cause I ain't working, 'cause I've been drinking. Pass me the bottle, 'cause I ain't nearly halfway through. Trying to get over you. If it feels like something's breaking, it's just me and I'm off the wagon. So pass me the bottle, 'cause I ain't nearly halfway through. Trying to get over you. There was a shooting star from the roof inside my
Hey, everybody.
Maybe that's how love works.
Going to go live here in about 2 minutes. Of course, I'm live right now. We've got, Tina kept saying there's already people here. So that's cool. We got Gambling Granny, hey. And we got Simone and Andy. How are you guys? We got JR in here already, so that's cool. And we got Steph. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Let's see. Slotty math teacher, thanks for coming in. Am I too loud, not loud enough, or what? There's Ronnie C. What's up, Ronnie? And there's Keno. What's up, Keno? So, and is Allison? There's Allison. Hey, Allison. So, we're going to get busy here and right now.
Whiskey talk.
Oh, Tina says I got to have my hat. There we go. How can I drink whiskey without my hat? So,
hello, everybody.
So the big thing is, I'm going to open this big box from my daughter, Allison. It's a round box, obviously. And the only thing she told me was that it was a Virginia whiskey. So I'm really excited to try that. But before we do, I'm going to try, since we're talking about Virginia, I'm going to try this John J. Bowman. Tina, you want a glass?
Well,
Nobody wants to see
I
Tina
guess
choke.
since I'm in the whiskey talk, I should probably try a little bit of whiskey. So
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, now I bought the John J. Bowman a while back, and I'm going to try that since we're on whiskey, and this is the Frontiers of Travel Adventures, and everybody wants to know why whiskey. What's going on with whiskey? Well, this is the frontiersman. John J. Bowman was a frontiersman, and actually, it's pretty cool because I didn't realize this till this weekend. Tina and I went up to a little town called Middletown, Virginia, and there's the Wayside Inn. Of course, it's gone through like 2 or 3 different name changes over the years, but now it's the Wayside Inn. And then right down the road from the Wayside Inn is Belle Plantation. It's a historic place built in the early 1700s. It was a mansion. They were given land from I guess the governor of Virginia at the time, or the king or whatever. And so they built this huge plantation out there. And Simone
said I shouldn't give in to the pressure.
No,
I don't have to.
I'm not pressuring her. She haven't. And
don't have to give in to the whiskey.
Tina,
pressure.
you have to stop me if somebody asks me a question. I think I had a question up here. Let's see.
Allison was asking what everybody was drinking tonight. So
let's
see what everybody's drinking.
Everybody's drinking. Okay, cool. So Simone says Allison's drinking Dickel Rye Old Fashioned. Oh man, George Dickel Old Fashioned. That's pretty good. I wish I was.
And Simone's drinking rum and.
Cool.
How do you say that drink? B-A-I. I don't know how to say that, Simone.
No, I don't know. So anyway, the old Belle Plantation, John J. Bowman's father was the original owner, and his wife, Mary Height, who is like this kind of rich, wealthy lady. And John J. Bowman's father married into that. And John J. Bowman, once his dad passed away, he sold his 545 acres. And actually, John J. Bowman moved to Roanoke, Virginia.
PJ said we were only 2 hours away from him. Next time we get up 81, let him know.
Okay, we will. That would be cool. And then John J. Bowman, then in 1775, he went out west to Kentucky. Well, it's not real out west, but it was out west then because it's past the Appalachian Mountains, which was kind of forbidden. The king didn't want people to go back out that way.
Jer and Kim.
All right, there's Jer and Kim, and we'll talk about Jer and I are going to have a whiskey talk next Thursday, and I'm going to try some Canadian whiskey. But anyway, I'm going to try a little bit of this John J. Bowman, who ended up being like a soldier in the militia. He led his militia against the Shawnee Indians in Chillicothe, Ohio. Man, that smells good. John J. Bowman.
Until you drink it.
Are you going to actually have some?
I'm gonna try a very little sip. I know, Andy, I caved.
I'm not pressuring. She can go have Kool-Aid if she wants. You don't have to drink it all.
No.
So, I forget where I put John J. Bowman. So, John J. Bowman. We're going to toast to him because it's Virginia whiskey night, evidently. So, toast to John J. Bowman with our Bigfoot mugs. It smells good. No, it is strong though. I will tell you that. She's just smiling.
It's good, actually. Burns a little bit, but
Actually,
it's good.
Well, the burn is
like
up
it.
front, and then it gets like sweeter.
Simone, you I think you would like this.
She would.
Yeah.
This is a good sipping bourbon.
Andy, you wouldn't.
Andy probably wouldn't like it too much. Jerry, you'd like it, and since
I did cave
but
early,
Allison is. I know Allison's patiently waiting.
Kim said for me to be careful so you don't take advantage of me later. I got my eye on him.
Yeah. So cheers, Slotty math teacher. So
Cheers.
anyway, so why do I like whiskeys? Because so much American history, and you guys know that I love history. Andy says he wouldn't drink that stuff. I know y'all saw that.
Hey, swell music.
Swell music. Been on first wine, done that bottle, changed to lager, not bud, Amstel, then back to wine. I would say he's pretty smashed.
14% smashed.
Yeah. Oh, do y'all remember my video of Cabway Lingo when I went and talked to the people out there? Well, actually, we didn't talk to anybody, but it was a good video of Cabway Lingo State Forest in West Virginia. I got this shirt.
There was a snake in our
There was a snake hanging with the locals. So anyway, I am going to, and I've got some notes here for my story later. But right now, I know the moment everybody's been waiting on is to see what is in this big crate. Now, I took what?
Tell the story about trying to get this package delivered.
Oh gosh, no, that'd take all night. Anyway, it took a long time to get this package delivered because we were out of town and we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So I had already cut the top of it, but I don't know what it is at all. But I did cut the tape off so it'd be easier to open.
And you said who it's from?
Yeah, Allison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did y'all get that Allison, my daughter, sent me this gift of? She told me it was whiskey. She told me it was Virginia whiskey, and that's all I know. So drum roll, team.
Drum roll.
And it's got this nice little thing right here. And then, wow. It's got a canister inside. Look at this. This is pretty cool. Here, put that somewhere. Just behind you. Look at that. It says Courage and Conviction, American Single Malt Whiskey. I'm reading on the screen myself. Wow. That is pretty. Now I got to see the bottle. This is pretty neat.
Allison said that it's probably one of the best whiskeys that she's ever tried.
Really? I can't wait to try it, Allison. Oh, there's another little.
So far,
thing.
PJ, I've only had one sip.
Yeah.
But I might have another one.
Oh, it had a rubber band on there too or something.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, it had a little tag on it.
Look at that. What a pretty bottle.
Oh, wow. Look.
Nice.
Look, you got a little emblem here. Hold that up. I don't know if can you see that? That's pretty cool. Courage and Conviction.
Swell Music says, cool subject, guys. Scottish whiskey, a go-go.
What was that? Oh, Scottish whiskey, a go-go. All right. Now, I better finish this. John J. Bowman is pretty daggone good. That's
pretty
a good whiskey. figure out how to open this thing.
It's not as good as Fireball. Andy.
I'm going to get my little knife here and cut a little.
Hey, Andy told you to save that paper. Simone needs to wrap Christmas presents. I'm the same way. Tissue paper, bows, whatever.
Yeah, this is pretty neat.
Pack them up for next year. Hey, Kissy Cat. Did I see somebody say hey to Kissy Cat? Thanks for stopping by and joining us for this whiskey talk with Walt.
Guys, look at this bottle. Is that not a nice looking bottle? That is really cool. I don't want to get the light in there to see. Can y'all see how cool that is? That is a cool bottle. It's got the little emblem right here.
Yes, Kino Candy Fireball is the best.
Allison,
One of the
yeah. Allison, I don't know what you pay for this, but the cork smells good. I think we should have new glasses. Put the Bigfoot aside.
Andy said he would drink Fireball and sarsaparilla, so he likes the Jeremiah weed.
Yeah.
Which I do too. That is good. Simone liked that as well.
All right, we're going to try Courage and Conviction. This is pretty cool. It's a single malt whiskey, 92 proof.
Yeah, she got that for Father's Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We're just now opening it up.
Hey, Seeking Vegas Sunrise, Christina and Anthony.
Hey guys.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks everybody for stopping in.
Yes.
Oh, and let me post the link. I know probably everybody that's on here. Hey, there's my brother Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
I know everybody that's probably on here has donated to Andy, but I think I've got the link right here, and you can still click on that to help Andy out. And Tina, here's a little. Do you want some of this?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Courage and Conviction. She ain't even drank that little drop I gave her of that.
I drank 2 sips of it. That's good.
So this is cool. That's a nice looking bottle. I'm gonna put her out here out of the way so I won't knock it out. So Courage and Conviction. Man, you can. I smell like caramel. What do you smell? Heavy caramelized, I guess.
I smell whiskey. No, it's definitely different than what we just had.
Mm-hmm.
And it, whether it's, when I think of caramel, I think of like the salty caramel whiskey, Old Moonshine. So that's really kind of caramel. This is, it's very light and sweet smelling.
Wow. That, folks,
like it? Okay.
is very good.
Here we go.
That is a very good whiskey. Single malt whiskey.
That's good. It is
distilled in Livingston, Virginia.
Very smooth.
I'm trying to see if it says how long it's aged. It's but it doesn't say. But it is very good. Very good. Not much of a bite at all. It's a very smooth, sweet. I can taste caramel. Allison, what do you think? Do you
good.
When you tasted, did you taste like the caramel? What did you taste? Kissy Cat says smooth.
Jer said Daniel just became number 2 favorite kid. Because Allison pulled ahead.
So that is pretty cool.
Hey, Dano, Adventures with Dano. Thanks for stopping in.
Adventures with Dano. Guys, I've been watching Dano a lot. He's out in Cincinnati, and man, he's been doing like a vlog a day. And he's a lot of fun, very interesting. And so I'd like to welcome you into our community, because Dana, there's some great people in this community. And so maybe if JR is on here, he can check your channel out. And JR does a show every Wednesday and every Saturday. And he talks about Vegas vloggers and all that kind of stuff. But of course, you're not a Vegas vlogger, but he's still does some good stuff, and it's very funny stuff. So guys, get a chance, check Dano out. That's pretty cool. Thanks for coming in. And of course, all my usual fans are here. And I
Susie
really
said
appreciate
hi. She's on Bruce's, and she said save some whiskey for her.
Okay. Let's see if I missed any. Did I miss anybody else? Guys, if I've missed you, it's because I've been talking and
said hi to Kissy Cat and
I'm gonna post Andy's link.
Anthony Christina.
Andy gave me some more news this weekend about what he's going through, and I'm gonna let him. He's gonna do a live stream pretty soon and update everybody. So I'm gonna leave that to him. But just keep Andy in your prayers. What this community did for him over that last weekend was simply amazing.
Absolutely.
The goal was 5,000 and they've raised over 14,000.
Yes.
And it's just been an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So,
and I know they appreciate it. They are so humble. But I know that they were so grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say you have the link?
I did already.
Yes,
post it a couple times.
Already posted the link.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. PJ said it's 14,361. So some people couldn't do it right now, but I don't care if it's $5. Every little bit is going to help them. And
good speed strong.
Good speed strong, right, Kina? I love that. And usually it's good speed hard, but this time it's good speed strong. So.
Oh gosh. Goodness gracious.
So he does. Dano. Andy has stomach cancer. One thing we've been asking everybody to do is to go watch his videos. He makes great videos. So that's pretty nice, because that's actually income as well. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, so what was next? Oh, next, I was going to tell you a story, because it's Whiskey Talks, and I like to tell a story. Y'all ready for a story? If I get like 5, this is like a very mysterious story. Something happened back in the day. So Daniel gave me a thumbs up. Crystal K says, "Hey guy, hey Crystal, good. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate
Thank you for stopping in."
So I don't want to bore anybody with my stories. It is story time, Crystal. So, how many of you out there have heard of the Lost Colony which is in Nags Head, North Carolina,
Yep.
around that area.
Me.
Tina has.
I've heard of it.
And of course, the Lost Colony happened before Jamestown. Everybody, you learn in school that Jamestown was the first English settlement. And what did Allison say?
She said, me.
Me.
I've heard of it.
Who else? Kitsy Cat, not me. Crystal K, not me. So the Lost Colony. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about that, but that's not my story, because most people, especially on the East Coast, know that before Jamestown was settled in 1607, there was Sir Walter Raleigh. How many of you heard of him? Used to be in love with Queen Elizabeth, but he had to keep it a secret or he'd get his head cut off. Nothing ever came of that, of course, but he was secretly in love with her. The Croatoan, that's right. Croatoan was the words they found on the trees at the Lost Colony. So what happened when Sir Walter Raleigh's group came over here and shipped in 1585, I believe. It's 1587. I think I already said that. They came over in 1587. They landed off the coast of North Carolina, which, if anybody knows, mosquitoes will eat you alive. They got some really bad hurricanes. What else, honey?
Well, Andy wants to know if there's going to be cliff notes for this.
Yeah, there is. There's some cliff notes. So you can look it up.
He wants to know, I guess, if he can have cliff notes.
Yeah, he can have all the notes.
I'm assuming.
So anyway, but in 1590, everybody was gone. They came back with another ship 3 years later, and everybody was gone. Nobody knows what happened to them. There was some letters, but I mean, there was nothing left except what Simone put on there, Croatoan. So, and everybody knows. A lot of people know the story of the Lost Colony, but that's not what I was going to tell you tonight. Kissy kisses, try Texas mosquitoes. The biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen was in Canada. Them things will actually pick you up and carry you away.
And Seeking Vegas Sunrise is going to copy off of Andy's test because he's going to have the cliff notes.
Yeah, there will be a test. Yeah, maybe I'll do a trivia. That's a good one. Maybe have a trivia question.
Yeah.
Of the next whiskey talk to see who knows. Listen.
Who remembered the story?
Exactly. Well, that Lost Colony, I'm not going to talk to you about that. That was in North Carolina. I'm going to talk to you about the one in Virginia because, right? Maybe they were. Who knows? They were, but they just totally disappeared. But what people don't know and people don't talk about is that the first president of the United States, George Washington, tried to start a settlement in Ohio. Actually, well, it was in West Virginia, Ohio, along the Ohio River, at the mouth of the Kanawha River. So the reason George Washington wanted to do this, because after the French and Indian War, how many of you seen the movie The Last of the Mohicans? I want to see hands on that. Last of the Mohicans. Can you start over? I'm confused. Need to hear this from the beginning. We've moved on.
Can you tell he's a teacher? Keep up, Andy.
Well, I still don't know. Allison says, yeah. I forgot my question though.
I did too. Who can remember the question?
What was the question?
Because.
So anyway, well, did y'all know George Washington was our first president? But I was about the French and Indian War. Now, how many have seen The Last Mohicans? And only Allison has seen the movie The Last of the Mohicans. And that movie was with Daniel Day-Lewis. That was a great movie. That should be required of everyone.
Kim said you're cut off.
So the last, Alice is telling who's he. Guys, The Last of the Mohicans is one of the greatest in the Frontiersman top 10. That's like in the top 10, The Last of the Mohicans. But anyway, that was about the French and Indian War. So after that war was over, and it wasn't the French fighting the Indians, it was the French and the Indians fighting us.
PJ wants to know if he can go to the bathroom, Mr. Ring.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So
just take your phone with you.
But anyway, this gets weird. So the king or the governor of Virginia promised all these soldiers land after the French and Indian War. Then the war ended in 1763, but by 1770, no land had been given out. So George Washington said, I'll just give out some land. I'll just go out, make sure these guys got their land. So George Washington goes out, surveys it out, plots out the land for some of the settlers, but nobody moves. Nobody. They don't want to go out there because the Native Americans are terrorizing everybody, and so nobody wants to go. So then George Washington gets this guy named last name's Cleveland, James Cleveland. I don't know if Cleveland, Ohio was named after him or not, but James Cleveland goes out there and sets up a little settlement. And but nobody wants to go with him, so he gets indentured servants and tells them, look, I'll give you, like 20, 30 acres if you stay there for 5 years, 7 years, something like that. So some of them came out. So he had a pretty good place. And they built, now this is crazy. They built like 3 mansions, about 10 log cabins. There was a bunch of warehouses. They built all this kind of stuff. They had crops of corn and potatoes and all kind of stuff. And they had all these seeds, and they know this because of the letters they sent. But then all of a sudden, nobody heard from any of these guys. And this was like 2 years later, nothing. And even to this day, they cannot find a single trace of a building, of any of the corn stalks, obviously, or anything that was there. I mean, these are like big, kind of like mansions and log cabins. I can walk out here in the hills in Virginia and just run up against old log cabins and stuff like that. Don't really know whose they are, but that was really, really crazy. It's like they just completely disappeared. And if you Google it, if you Google Lost Colony, George Washington's Lost Colony, the Google comes up and it'll say, can't find that location. Something like that. And it's right. Let me show you where it was supposed to be. Let's see. See if I can find it. I'm going to show you there it is. I'm going to share my screen so you can see where this location was. All right. So do you see that?
There it is.
So this was obvious. Oh, they're having Ohio flash flood warnings right now. But here is the area. Here's the Kanawha River, and this is the Ohio River. It's where Point Pleasant is. And that's a pretty weird thing. So we're going to stop sharing now. Go back to the...
Andy's going to wait for the movie to come out and watch. And he's hoping it will have topless girls.
Well, I should be in the movie, don't you think? Then maybe I'll disappear and Andy, I won't bother Andy anymore.
You definitely
This whiskey's good. But let me tell you something. So what was crazy about that was many people believe that Cornstalk, who was like a Shawnee chief, who was murdered by some colonists, and then he cursed the land. And many people think that that's why everything disappeared. And that is also, how many of you have heard of the Mothman? I'm going to type that in here. Mothman. How many of you have heard of the Mothman?
I know one person in here who definitely probably has.
There's a movie with Richard Gere, so I know you women would love to watch that.
Two
It's got
people,
Richard
for sure.
Gere in it.
That's what I thought. Adventures with Dano. Because that's up in his kind of territory.
Yeah, exactly. So the Mothman obviously was, they say it was when the bridge that goes from West Virginia to Ohio, there was an old bridge there that crosses
favorite movie.
From West Virginia, Ohio, going back and forth. There's a bridge there, and it collapsed. Was it in the 70s, I think?
I think so.
And 30-some people died. And what was weird is, like, out of that 30-some people that died when that bridge collapsed, they were sitting in their cars, fell into the Ohio River, and many of them had actually gone to the police and said they'd seen the Mothman. So, is this all because of Cornstalk cursing the land? That settlement didn't last, or did it? And the Mothman shows up, and there's also been reports of other aliens and all kind of stuff up in that area. The Mothman didn't warn us about it. No, the Mothman, yeah.
No kidding. I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, Daniel actually went and saw there's a museum in Point Pleasant, the Mothman Museum. They got a statue of the Mothman right there in Point Pleasant. So it's pretty crazy.
We got to check that out sometime. Tamara with Vegas Best Ideas will love it if we do an adventure on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's pretty cool. Is this the same story? No, not really, Andy. We started with the lost colony. There's 2 lost colonies. One everybody knows about. The other one just you know about now, Andy.
That's right.
But that's all. That's sort of intertwined. The Mothman, the colony being. So I just wanted to tell you that it's not the whiskey talking, but I'm gonna have some more of this.
But it is the whiskey talk.
Courage and conviction
for tonight
from Allison. This is really good, and thanks, Dano. I'm glad you like it. Nobody else likes my stories.
Yes, they do. Andy don't like whiskeys or stories.
No stories, no whiskey. That was probably hard on Andy. He's to listen to all that.
It's kind
there
of
will be. I'm mailing you the test in, so you can take it, Andy.
It's kind of like when you get Andy in a car and you play Midland, and he's trapped.
Yeah, exactly. He gets really feisty. And I was told they're going to be not that one. Hey, I'll tell you what.
JR.
One of the things I'm going to do is I've got this book.
It's not the Chainsaw Massacre.
I've got this book. I'm going to tell some stories.
This is digressing.
Inside the mind of a teen killer. There's some gruesome stories in this.
We're not going to do those. We'll let you just watch those documentaries.
They would probably enjoy these better than the Mothman and the Lost Colony.
Andy said just say no to Midland. He secretly loves Midland.
Yeah, he listens all the time.
I told on you, Andy.
No chainsaw on this
And
one, but
Simone's Googling the Mothman. You look it up. You'll find it quite interesting, I think. And there's several like kind of documentaries.
yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
One thing about the movie was supposed to be set in the 70s, but then Richard Gere drives from DC and he's got his cell phone out or something because the movie's
I
man's
remember
like,
that.
I don't think there were cell phones. JR may have had a cell phone in the 70s.
This is true.
Because
JR, did you have
only
a cell
rich
phone?
people had them. Actually, only rich people had them in the 90s, and they were those big bags.
Yes.
You remember that?
Big,
the big bag. You had to carry them.
Can I pick this up? I was going to say.
Yeah.
Kind of look like this.
Yeah.
Except this.
But it had I don't know. It was crazy. He doesn't like Richard Gere.
No.
Now, funny thing about Richard Gere.
Gosh.
So, you know, the what was the name of the movie that was filmed up in Lexington? There's a movie filmed in Lexington. What was that movie? With Jodie Foster.
And Richard Gere?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know? Yeah, JR car phones. No, that's
Summersby.
Not one. Summersby, yeah.
The movie Summersby. Yeah, Laura Linney is in Mothman. She does a good job.
Kim
and Richard
said-
Gere's in that, but
Kim Chet said Jared had one of those
what?
phones.
Did he?
Car phones.
Yeah.
That's what
He's the
JR
only
said
person
they
I
were, car
actually
phones.
knew that had those. But the movie Summersby, Richard Gere was in that movie with Jodie Foster, and they were up in Lexington, Virginia. And
So Kissy Cat said it wasn't set in the 70s. I don't know when it was supposed to be set.
it was supposed to be set later. Like it was happening then or something.
It must be. I don't
Well,
know.
the Mothman happened in the 70s, I believe. But anyway, the movie Summersby's like a Civil War era, a little bit after Civil War and all that kind of stuff. And Richard Gere used to go into the restaurant in Lexington called The Palms. And everybody said, man, he was such a great guy. He talked to everybody, would carry on, tell stories and all kind of stuff. And then there wasn't many restaurants, so Jodie Foster would come in there, but she's kind of didn't want to talk to anybody. So that's, I can't vouch for that myself, but that's what a lot of people would say. So anyway, Showgirls was Andy's favorite movie, Showgirls and Kermit.
That's not
Kermit,
the Muppet movie.
Muppet movie, yeah, because Kermit sings Rainbow Connection.
Oh, what's his third? I forgot.
All right.
So it was Showgirls, Muppets, and something else. I forget.
Now,
you're having another?
Allison bought that bottle. That was probably like, this is my go-to $23 whiskey. Allison's is probably $123. Old Forester is coming out.
Old Forester.
And it's only $23 because it's got a screw top lid and not a cork. But I'm going to put it right in here. And that's my go-to. You can tell by all the bottles, this one's been used the most. We'll show Jared this.
Oh, JR said, can Walt tell us some Showgirl stories next time?
I can. Jer, how's that?
Oh, this is their Old Forester is their old fashioned house whiskey at Allison's bar.
Oh, okay. My brother Bruce says he likes Andy's movies. I can tell you showgirl stories a lot. Of course, the showgirls I know are usually, dancing on poles or something. Jerry, is this good?
Kizzy Cat.
Crown Royal Black.
She loves Crown, but she's never seen this.
Dano says it's great. Okay, so we're going to try that Thursday night. And, Jared, this is Tap 8 Rye. This is supposed to be Canadian rye whiskey. Bruce is my favorite Rains. Bruce is everybody's favorite Rains. Because they all feel sorry for him. Having to put up with me. What about Tina? Simone says, what about Tina? I missed something.
See?
I missed something.
Because Bruce is his favorite Rains. And Simone said, what about Tina?
That's right. There you go, Andy.
I'm never going to be the same.
How many bottles of whiskey do I have? Says Susie. 17 to 20, something like that.
Good save, Andy.
True, it's Simone Pickles. Tina's my favo. Bruce is number 2. My favorite good speed is your mom and dad.
Kizzy Cat, I knew a 90-year-old drinker that told me to drink whiskey and stay away from vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that advice.
Well, whiskey really, as long as you don't overdo it, is actually very good for you. Sarah Hill. Wow, save me some, please, Susie. What did Susie say? Your top 5 at the Frontiersman Travel Adventures.
Hey, Sarah Hill. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, hi, Sarah. Dano says Tap 8 Rye is rough. I woke up in the wrong place. That's like the old cowboy song. Rye whiskey, I've known you of old. You've robbed my poor pockets of silver and gold. Rye whiskey, yep. Did y'all know that what the difference between bourbon and rye is? I'm going to give y'all chance to comment on that, and then I'll tell you.
Oh, it's Susie. Sarah Hill is Susie.
Oh, Sarah is Susie. Oh, hi, Sarah Hill, Susie. Oh,
Susie, you're keeping us on our toes.
There you go.
You're Bruce, cool. Then you're Susie, and you're Sarah Hill.
So we're going to go for about 10 more minutes. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me the difference between rye and bourbon. Bourbon is Kentucky, but so is rye. Rye can be Kentucky too. Bourbon tastes better. I think it just depends. The difference is, hey, Walt, do you watch How to Drink? That guy talks about a lot of spirits but loves whiskey. No, I don't, but I'll write that down. How to Drink. How to Drink. Let me write that down. Bourbon, like if I get Woodford, This is the Kentucky bourbon whiskey, and it's one of the best. And so bourbon is Andy loves rye bread. I saw that. Yeah. So bourbon is 51% corn and 49% rye. Okay. And then they usually age it in oak barrels or whatever. All right. Now this one, Woodford Reserve, this is a double oaked. So they age it in one barrel for so many years, and then they finish it off in another oak barrel that is really, really charred. And that's why they call it the double oak. But rye whiskey is actually 51% rye and 49% corn. Now you'll see other whiskeys that are made out of potatoes or stuff like that, but that's not, or made out of not potatoes, but that's usually vodka made out of barley or wheat or something like that. So that's the difference between bourbon. It wouldn't be. This is probably a mash.
Rye is sweeter and distilled from a mix that includes rye.
Mm-hmm.
And Simone says, "You know what rye is good with?" To
What's
Andy, homemade corned beef hash.
Homemade corned beef hash. Yeah, I did.
Chimes in 70-30.
Now, what I like my corned beef hash on is when it's on white bread, toasted, and then you put the canned corned beef, like especially Armour.
Oh, I know something that will move you up in the Rains rank for
What did
Andy.
I just pour myself?
Old Foresty.
This stuff is so good.
Anyway, Bruce told us to tell Andy earlier that he likes his corned beef.
Yeah,
in a can.
Yeah, I sent that to Andy.
Right. But now that's going to push Bruce down.
But no, he's made that decision knowing that Bruce liked canned corned beef.
That's true. You did, Andy. So it's okay for Bruce.
Yeah. So Scottish is made from haggis. It says Kissy Cat says you shouldn't eat beef, but as a kid. What percent is corned beef out of the can? I think it's like
corned beef with
it's like 50% we think it's potatoes, and then 50% we don't know what body parts of cows that's in there.
Kind of mush after that.
But it is so good with all that extra salt. So guys, if I were you wanted to, you're not really into whiskey, but you want to maybe try. And what most people do is they go out and buy Wild Turkey 101, or they'll buy Jack Daniels, and they'll just take shots and like shoot it down and cringe. And, they'll just do that. But if you really want to try, just like maybe try drinking a little whiskey, just get you a bottle of Old Forester, $23. And just sip on it because it is so good. Dana
wants to know if you've tried Knob Creek. It's right there.
Yes, I have.
Yep.
Yes, I have. And it's not my favorite, but it's here. I got Knob Creek right here. Now, probably why I don't like this so much is because it's 120 proof. And that's really too much. So I'm going to get another Knob Creek that's probably a little bit less. So.
Kissy Cat said, as a kid, corned beef was good with refried beans.
Corned beef and refried beans. I'll be. My favorite whiskey is rum. That's because Andy's a pirate. He's a pirate.
Well, I'm looking forward to flavored whiskey tries. But I participated, and it's not the two that I tried. Allison,
and she still has all of it.
Not much.
Smell that.
And
Smell this
then-
Old Forester. This stuff's good. But anyway, Andy's saying ahoy. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's too, Jared. We'll have a good time on that. Yeah, and Dano, you're right. The 120 proof is, I mean, that's just, whew, that's a lot. So I will.
Can you and Jared?
I will get a different Knob Creek and try that because I wasn't too fond of the 120.
Can you and Jared please be sure to just bring Andy in on that too, just to give him.
Yeah.
Because I know he's going to want to try it.
Yeah. Andy, can you come in right now if I invite you? Hey, thanks, PJ. Tina has 8 points. Walt has 4. Cheers to you both.
I know. Yep. We will try to
Yeah, we better wrap it up. I was going to
catch
see.
right in that. So want to see if I can get me some more points.
Look at
PJ.
this. Jeremy has over 100 different whiskeys. Woo! Well,
We
Jared,
gotta catch up.
have
Jared.
you tried this, Jared? Because that's good. Allison, you did well with that. That's good stuff.
Be
Bruce
prepared
Mad
to
Dog
drink.
2020. Oh gosh, Dano, I can't do anything with them. I can't.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of agree. Like with whiskey. Now this was 92 proof, so that's 46% alcohol, and that's pretty good. If it goes over 100, 100 proof, I'm not a big fan. Yeah, that is good stuff, Allison. I'll probably drink that bottle pretty quick. Maybe we'll see.
Andy's got to go win the season of trivia.
All right, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna end so we can go over to
We'll see you
PJ
over there.
and but I sure appreciate everybody coming in and watching this. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you all very much.
Stay tuned next week, and we're gonna bring Jerry in, and we both will be talking about Canadian whiskey. And I'm gonna tell a story first. So I'm gonna tell another story, and this is about I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's an outlaw from the West that you probably haven't heard of, but he's kind of a crazy dude. So what I like about him is he's like him and his buddy finally get arrested, and he tells his buddies all crying and everything. He says, "Hey man, just straighten up. They can only hang you once." That's my kind of guy right there.
Thank you all again for coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Give us a like on your way out. Will be greatly appreciated.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming in. If I missed any of your comments, it's Tina's fault. So just send her a message and let her know because she messed up. And
I'm sorry.
Is Andy a moderator?
He is.
Yeah. So
and
somebody needs to kick him out for saying I was the 5th favorite frontiersman person or whatever.
And Allison's a moderator.
Yeah.
Allison's a moderator.
All right. I'm ending, guys. Love you, Allison. Love all you guys. See you soon.
Yes, me too. Bye. Thanks for joining.